So glad to have you here. At this time, please like, share, and follow us on all major platforms. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss us on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays at 5:30-ish p.m. Central Standard Time. As a disclaimer, we here at ASC do not own any of the rights to samplings, songs, or videos played during our broadcast. Also be aware of our adult content disclaimer. Please note that you must be 18 or older to watch or to participate in this podcast. We personally prefer 25 and older because sometimes you're just stupid. The topics and opinions discussed here are for entertainment purposes only. If they help you in some way, that's great. Be sure and leave us a review. If you don't like it, leave. If it hits too close to home, deal with it or leave. We said what we said. Now that all in hearts and minds are clear, please enjoy our show.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? It's kind of weird.
It's weird.
We don't got to bump off each other line or anything like that. It's kind of weird. Well, we all in the same place today. What's up, Rock? How was your day today? First, I'll just start out there. Pretty good. All right. Mercedes?
Hey.
Yeah. Bill's over there, y'all. She was in the kitchen right now. Yeah, we all trying to come to y'all live. Here she comes.
Hi. I had an amazing day. I got in trouble at work. So what I got to do is I have to figure out what I'm going to move around while I don't get in trouble. And then, that's how my day was. I was trying to figure out how to maneuver around while I get in trouble.
What you get in trouble for?
I do the most, I don't dial. See, but my job requires that I call people. And I'm not talking to people. And I have the nerve not to answer the phone when it's ringing.
Yeah, like it's your phone, like you ready to work and shit. Like, them would be like, I ain't answering that. Nigga, this is not your personal phone, it's your job. I mean, you gotta answer that shit. And y'all wonder why she's in trouble. Y'all see that? Because you don't do that on your phone.
I'm tripping. It's not much subject. It's not my job in the world talking about it. No, we already got it made working. Yeah, this is one thing you gotta do.
And see that, but let me ask you a question. Do you got it made for working home, or is that your worst enemy? Because Beverly likes to clean. So Beverly get up in the first half hour, she'll be in there talking on the phone. Then the next half hour, she in there washing clothes, wiping down the cabinet.
Like working home, so you can work.
No, man, you gotta stay on the phone. If you was at work, you'd be on the phone consistently. Am I right?
Oh, that's how you get some.
Yeah, because you can sit right there or something.
I was on your side or something, and now I realize you're supposed to do it. You just be out here doing shit.
We even moved her back there so that way she didn't have so much distractions and shit. And it still ain't stopping. Like she got worse because now she gets up and comes out the room away from the phone. Like she waiting, she still get the phone call, but she's 20 feet away from the phone. And she be like, hello, regional acceptance, this is Beverly. She be walking in, hello, this regional acceptance, this is Beverly. Beverly, take your ass and get on the phone and you get paid to do this. And if you watch us now, we ask for you to like, share, and follow us on ASC Love Remix. We do got a topic coming to y'all today. We always talk shit. We get a purpose today, topic up for y'all so that way y'all can see it. We got a couple people that's supposed to be coming to watch us today that were just on this post that we put up about the topic. And there it is. I'm not even gonna, that's why they cannot put us in the same room together. We really will shut up. All right, y'all. I know everybody's gonna think it's black and white, but it ain't about black and white, so let's definitely not go there. We're not trying to bring race or anything in this, but we ask, as black people, why do we date other races? And why can't we value and respect one another in our own way? So we're gonna start off because Mercedes actually had a hell of a point over there about this topic. So we're going to Mercedes.
I prepared all my life to be so, after little to no research, I've come to this conclusion. Okay, so this is what I found out. I was watching this video on TikTok, and this black man was comparing how his experiences was between him dating white women and his experience dating black women. And one thing that he said was that white women are more so brought up and raised to learn how to be more subtle with their men, whereas with the environment of black women, we're still more raised out of, surviving on our own and being more independent. Therefore, as we get older and we raise our own children, we're more vocal with what we want because we're more independent. And even more so now, the direction that we're going in, we're the breadwinners, we're the head of our own household now. So it's like, I'll be damned if any man come in here and tell me what to do. And we're so headstrong now. So I think that's why a lot of men feel like they want to date more so outside their race because they're looking for that more feminine and that more subtle touch from a woman than the more abrasiveness they feel black women give to the relationship. And so I think that when black men talk about why they date other races, they don't know how to communicate to black women what exactly it is that pushes them to other races. And what I found is it's that subtlety and that soft feminine touch. There is a way for black women to communicate to men without having to be so vocal. And it's by being subtle. And what I mean is that you don't always have to be so pushy or aggressive with your men. You don't always have to be so emasculating sometimes. Because I feel like because we try to show that, that we have some type of position in the household, we don't want to feel like we're being overpowered almost, or we don't want to feel like our voice doesn't matter. We try to kind of fight against the man being a man. We don't know how to let that man be a man. We don't know how to calm down and just let them give the direction. We don't give them a chance to be that leader. And just like when you have to allow children to grow up and find their own way while you're teaching them, you have to allow them to make mistakes. Your man is going to make mistakes while being a leader. But you, as his woman, you have to allow him to make that mistake, but find comfort and find peace to come back to you and say, hey, let's figure this out. Maybe let's try this thing your way. What do you think? If he doesn't feel comfortable enough to come back to you and do that, then that's why he strays. That's why the relationship doesn't work. That's why he becomes frustrated. That's why he shuts down. Because you're no longer his sense of peace. You're no longer his sense of wisdom. He can't come to you. He can't talk to you. So that's why I believe men reach out to other women or other races. Because that's that little piece that black women are missing. The end and the thing. Oscar now, please. Mercedes.
What?
Yeah.
So you said little no research, is that what you said?
Video.
TikTok video. Yeah. She took it up. What?
I did. What? You agree with me? I do. What? Yes.
What?
Because I find that as long as black women do to little black women and they feel lusty. So. Yeah, this is the first time Sierra has ever wholeheartedly agreed with it. It's always something for people.
It's, whatever she's sipping on in this cup has got to be. Well, Rock, what you think? I know you don't date outside your race, but do you think, I mean, because what we see out on the regular day, do you think black women can handle this differently from what she researched and found? I always say that. I'm a black woman bad. Answer the question. I mean, it has to be.
I don't need that physically.
Yeah, but you know what? I think Mercedes bashed them as bad as they could be bashed. If they took that person, they just take it personal. But in reality, what she did was true.
I was what she said, exactly. I don't really, it's the way, it ain't you said anything wrong, with the whole allow niggas shit.
What do you mean?
Like saying allow a man to be, allow a man, and I feel like that's like a part of the problem because women always feel like they're allowing you to be.
No.
I see what you mean, but some people don't really understand it.
Well, she said some people feel like they gotta allow you. In other words, so not you. You're not taking it out of context.
I'm not taking it out of context. But what I'm telling you is the experience with other black women, the ones I've experienced, the whole allow a man, it's like them, like they'll say, I allow you to do this, I allow you to do that, I allow you to do this, or I made you a man, or I tried to make you a man. All that shit goes into the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
they feel like who you are is based on who they create you to be, or want you to be, or made you to be.
Now, that's all I'm going to be emasculated at work. Because you don't have to, you did not physically father this man into the world. So you didn't allow him to do shit. So stop saying that to black men. Okay, stop trying to tell them what you allow them and didn't allow them to do. Instead, why don't we say things like we? Hey, why don't we do this? You need to include your partner in every decision making, every argument. Hey, we this, we that, me and you, us. Because when you are in a marriage, it's no longer you or I, it is us and we. Your souls are entwined. When y'all are having sex, it is called soul tie. Your souls are bound. That is why having sex with just random people can be difficult and confusing because you are doing something ass backwards. So when you are in a partnership, relationship, or marriage, it's no longer you or I are looking at yourself. You need to look at each other because you're not perfect either. And sometimes you got to step back from yourself and look at the situation from the eyes of your partner. Why would this person look at me and think this way? How many people really do that? Step outside yourself and think, now if I was him, why would he think I'm full of shit right now? Sometimes you really need to step back and think like that. And vice versa. Fellas, do that to yourself because it will solve a whole lot of problems before you open your mouth and say the next thing out of your mouth.
Well, let me say this. I don't date outside my race either, but I probably of a biracial relationship. And coming from that, I know how my mama handled her men versus how my aunt handled them in one business. My mom respected and valued my stepfather. That's the reason why he respected and valued her. So my aunt, they handled their men a little bit more rough. I don't know if it's what they've been through together or whatever was going on there in the situation, but that's just how my aunt was. My stepfather's sisters, they go upside of me and head before you go upside their head. So I used to sit back and look at that. Don't get me wrong, it didn't deter me from my black women because I love my black women, but I perceive black women with caution. Even after my chopping the boat situation, I perceive with caution.
It's only getting worse, man. To me, it just seems like a lot of black women are following that amount of family they understand. They're getting those trends, what they're trying to do. And just to me, it's just my opinion, a lot, not all, allegedly, not all black women, but most of them are very funny.
And let me say something else. I love rap music. I love R&B. I listen to a little bit of everything. But I feel like the agenda that's being pushed through media it strikes a nerve with me. Because when I listen to Cardi B, City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, I listen to their music. It promotes prostitution. It promotes promiscuity. It promotes just all types of boorish behavior. And it promotes all types of double standards. And don't get me wrong, Men have been talking about the same stuff for years as well, right? Let's not just be one-sided about it. But what irks me about it so much is that these same black women are all in relationships, mind you. They all have men off the camera, right? But where they're making their millions is pushing this propaganda to young women. Very, very like very easily influenced young women. So they're growing up believing I gotta be a thought, I gotta be a hoe, I gotta dress this way. They're very expressionable. And people are like, well, that's not my job. It may not be your job, but understand that what's happening is actually happening. Like whether you want to be a role model or not, you're a role model. And these people are sucking in this information. Your kids are having sex now in middle school, high school, and it starts in middle school. I don't care what you say. It starts in middle school.
Robbie, I don't know if you're watching, Robbie. I seen your comments on the post. I just sent you the link if you want to come in and chime in and put your input in here. We're gonna let you stay around about 5 minutes, put your input there, where we can get the comment from your input. We're doing things a little different than what we used to. We don't leave everybody on all day. But you're more than welcome to come voice your opinion. Robbie was on my comments all day today. He's a white guy who said he wanted to, shouldn't be about race, but we should be able to date who we love. And I totally agree. But my issue with it is the way you was raised in your culture was you normally think, like when I was raised back then, now it's a mixed race is the normal thing. But when I was raised, it wasn't a lot of mixed. It was more black on black, white on white, everybody with their own culture. What I'm asking now is why do all these persuade so much from our black women? Because whether we like it or not, we are nowadays moving more to other races, white, Mexican, and other races. But our black women, we're moving from them, and there has to be a reason why. Period.
But I mean,
That felt good a lot.
a lot of it do, like, okay,
Yeah.
The white guys always been able to have the ability to date, even in which kind of way they chose to date. As a black man, we ain't always had that privilege. It will come to your back to the white.
To date a white woman.
To date a white woman. For any other woman, any other race.
It can, yeah, it can.
It would have cost you your
Yeah.
life. So now we're going into this era where people are being more open. A lot of the older generations are dying off, right? So, I mean, we're left with their children and their offspring. Like, it is becoming a more culturally accepted, like across the board now, right? Because, like, okay, like for me, for instance, I grew up in California, coming from Mississippi. So growing up in California, it was like
Totally different. That's a whole other culture.
they didn't want to date. There I had a few white friends, a few Mexican friends, another Polynesian people. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Polynesian women are extremely friendly.
Let's see. I think you might have. Oh, good. Let's shoot it. Oh, no.
I just want to. My bad.
Can you still feel it?
Y'all go ahead. Leaving California, middle of my high school junior year, going to Mississippi. Roller coaster shop, dating white cheerleader, right? Shout out to her, I ain't gonna say her name. And I started dating a white cheerleader, and it was an incident where we got called into the office. And got talked to about dating the white girl and how their parents felt and how people at the school may not like it. We don't got all out race riot incident. Half the football team divided because of a few black football players dating white girls.
Right, take the matter down outside.
So I don't think it's about race. I most definitely feel like you should date who you take care of you, regardless of race. But it's easy to say it. At the end of the day, people are going to feel how they feel. So if you feel like you should only date within your race, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Well, I mean, I grew up a little bit before you, and it wasn't down either. Like, I mean, I grew up in the South, so us dating white girls was like, you gonna be getting a lot of flack for that shit. Not just from our own people, but the white boys and everybody at school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't cool with it as much as they act like they was cool with hanging around us. It wasn't cool for them they took.
That's all. Like I said.
See, that's where I think it becomes an issue. Because, like, if we want to sit up here and say, hey, it's no problem with dating outside the race. I mean, I know it took a long time for us to get here. Because I know back in the day, everything was kind of muddled and took your own time. But nowadays, we're more, you know, racially integrated. It's cool if that's your preference to stick with your own time. Just don't look at another interracial couple like, oh, why he dating her? Because she's white, or why is she dating him? Because he's black. That's when you prejudice at that point. Because it's like, what's even the reason? Like race isn't even really an issue until you try to play ignorant to the fact when it becomes apparent that it probably is an issue with her situation. Like, for example, when I was getting in my car, the lady who was working on my finance, she was telling me about how she had a situation at a gym that she went to. And she was saying how this white lady, she was trying to tell her that, oh, you don't belong here. You came to the wrong gym. You don't have the right membership. Although she had been coming to this gym for like the past 3 months. So she's kind of like saying it very loudly while there's a line of people, and she's Asian, right? So she's saying it very loudly while there's a line of white people from behind her. And so she goes home to her white husband, and she tries to tell him about it. And he's like, oh, hon, she probably got it wrong. She probably made a mistake. But the Asian lady felt like it was very like humiliating and just very biased. Because she felt like she could have handled that a different way. And she felt like had she been white, she would have talked to her like that. Because after she had, did some checks in the system, she found out that her membership actually was valid. It was just something wrong on their end. But you had embarrassed this Asian lady in front of everybody when you could have pulled her to the side and did a check on the other end. So if you're gonna date somebody that's a different race from you, and they confront you about a situation that another race made them feel, just try to be understanding and don't be so dismissive. Because I found that when you date like a majority, like a white person, sometimes they're more dismissive of your concerns dealing with their white counterparts because they've never experienced racism in their life.
Oh, y'all. He actually showed up today. Y'all look at this. Guess who disappeared on? Guess who bailed on us last night? And guess who showed up today? He brought the puppy with him. What's up, Swab? Welcome to the show today, man. We glad you came in, man. We need your input right now. All of us mostly have put a little bit of our input in on this. Our topic today is, as black people, why do we date outside of our race? Why can't, and then the second part of the question, which we're going to be answering here shortly, is why can't we respect each other and value each other as far as a race as a whole, as a black man and a black woman? Why can't we give that respect and value each other? So going with the first part, I want to hear you say this. Why do we date outside our race? I already know you're supposed to be international now. There's no relationship in it. Last year, Rock, when you met him, when we said, the next relationship I get, I'm going international if it don't work out. That means you're going out, you ain't dating no black woman no more. You're going to date everything but a black woman. Everything under the sun. So let me ask you a question. What made you go outside the race to go in there? Yeah.
It's all about this, man. For me, a few families, man. It's just certain ways that other races are raised that we're not raised. It is what it is. We're raised not to be, other races are raised to love, cater, and treat their men in a certain type of way. Because they want that man to stay in the household and take care of the household. Ain't no man take care of no household where he don't have no beef. It just ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna be food taken care of. You can tolerate that household, you ain't gonna like to go there. You're ready to go to the bar before you go home, stop by the strip club. This is my favorite one. You just circle the house about 5, 6 times. You circle the block, you circle the whole neighborhood. But you don't want to get outside and go in the house and deal with your wife. part of it. I was actually, it reminds me of a conversation I was privy to, a few weeks back. It was actually a group of black people speaking amongst themselves. One of them said, one thing that I say, y'all mad at y'all men for going to date with other races women, but when was the last time you saw growing up your mother, your auntie, your grandmothers, and then when did you see them working out on a regular basis? They just kept themselves up. It's not something you see, but however, you go to the good side of town, you see a whole bunch, all of them running in a pack of 6 or 7 of them. They got their little jumpsuits on, their little jogging suits. They either running or they riding their bicycle. We can't get ours to work out. I know. The thing, what? You can't get ours to work out on this system, but they want all the benefits. It seems like all the most important things that are important to us as men, we can't get consistently out of our women. Key word is consistent.
So let me ask you a question. Did he say anything different than Mercedes said? Because he wasn't here when Mercedes made that comment. He said it's different. Did he say anything different? So, right now it sounds like it's one side. It sounds like, we definitely say the black woman didn't treat us right. There's things that we do on our own, and at the end of the day, the way y'all handle us and talk to us, you definitely have to handle us and talk to us in a different manner, because as a man, I don't think any of us that actually stand on our own 2 feet is going to take bullshit and talk to us and get disrespectful. Any man that's on his own 2 feet. Understand, any man that needs a woman to take care of him, he's probably going to put up with a lot of bullshit. Period.
Learn how to do this while there?
No. Oh, I know how to do it. I'm just up there trying to be up in the front of it. But I got you. He is that father thing. You don't understand. Put up on the chest, man. Say, you see, y'all take notes. If y'all dads out there, y'all having babies that cry, and y'all always want to know, go up close to them, you love on them just a little bit. They go right to it. They work just as much as yell and try to figure out what's wrong. Y'all ain't gonna see this big ass dog. This dog ain't big yet, but it's big. It's Paul. You see how big Paul is?
He looks like Clark now.
No, Clark don't fuck him up. You don't want to fuck with Clark.
Yeah,
but Clark a beast though. Clark can stop this. Clark ain't trying to get nothing. Clark like dogs, cats, rhinoceros.
That's her
all of them. Clark be out there well on it. Tell him more with the rhinoceros there.
That's her cousin. She wants to kill her.
Shit. We always just find out good, especially if they're a boy. We whoop the hell out of them. We just didn't beat up our girls good. Hey, stop it.
Sorry. Come here, baby.
So Beverly,
just fall out.
we got he just God damn, that nigga just laid across my thing on the floor, got his nuts on the ground. Got his nuts on the ground. We need that wet hole in the ground. That nigga just laid down on the ground. That's kind of like a dude. That's how we do it.
Oh, thank you.
Drop my shit out and lay
That
out.
was funny.
This thing about the show. That was dramatic.
So Beverly, we got every so Mercedes says a great point. Robert says a great point. Thomas says something. I mean, how do you look at it? Why do you think black women and black men? Because right now we're picking one side of why black men date outside the race. We haven't even got to the point of why black women date.
Well, I agree with a lot of Mercedes TikTok research. A lot of seriously, like we're not as patient with our men. There are not a lot of men that learn how to be successful. We don't have a whole lot of them. The ones that are out here attempting to be successful the best way they can, they fail, and we're out of there. I don't want to follow you. You know what you're doing. Immediately, I'm going to take over. Because you keep failing, and I don't want to keep following.
So you're saying that's why the black women handle us when we handle them?
That, and two, we've got some anger issues. We've got some controlling issues. Rock said something earlier in regards to he doesn't like the term of we're letting you be allowing you to be a man.
Yeah.
It's what we mean by that is not that we're not taking manhood from you, just the control of us allowing you to control the situation is what we are really saying. I'm gonna allow you to control you. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna fight you for it. Hey, you got it. Make sure it works though. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, it's like, to pick you up.
Black people, and a lot of times, depending on the R&B black woman, that always steady up with exactly what that is.
Yeah,
Steady up instead of working with you.
yeah.
Make sure y'all are successful. One of those things where you got it, whatever, I'm gonna step back, but then if you fail,
I told you so, we should have did it like this.
It's not a we thing, it's not an us thing. See, with me, I said it 1,000 times, like, I'm okay being in the forefront, but I handle my shit as like it's a conversation.
Yeah.
You gonna make a decision together, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if it fails, then that's on me. I got that.
Yeah.
But as far as
That's the way I feel about
I
it.
got it, but let me take that. Don't you know, oh, this didn't work out. So now if you did, you do that, you failed, you started, you started with shit. I thought this was nuts.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll take the hit, so let's move on from it.
I
You know
know
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah, I'll take the hit for the fuck up, because you know what? At the end of the day, I am the man I didn't do a mistake. I probably know. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let you continue to be here for it, do all this extra shit with it.
I got even like a good example. I'm not too much I can bring it up to much, but even with me separating and going through my divorce, not one time was it me fail.
It was always you.
It was you fail.
Yeah,
You failed your marriage. You failed your children.
Oh,
There's
boy.
two of us didn't.
yeah.
And two of us have parenting kids.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm already going through it because I lost my family and don't have my children with me, but you know, double down and make it all about me being the devil, me being a disappointment to my children. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, like with black men, man, you get shit on all kind of ways trying to love you there. Some black women, not all, some allegedly, you know, not all.
There's too many of us like, there's too many of us like that. Too many women who are the ones that are shitting on. That's the older we get, the more we shit. You know what I'm saying? The younger you are, the more naive, the more willing to follow. My daughter went to Prairie A&M, and the young men there are taught completely different. They're taught how to be human beings. They're taught how to be responsible adults. They're even groomed. There's too many men that are helping to groom them into being successful, responsible men if they want it. They have to want it. Okay, so they can't just be in the. They can't. Being in the building is great. You have to also want it. So we have too many of them that didn't go to college to learn that. We have too many of them that just graduated and said, "I'm going to wing it," and they have never been taught how to be a man. They've never been taught. There was no example.
Now, do you have some fatherless women or someone who hates them or have their issues, their sensitivity, their abuse, they have their trauma, and they may have a little boy like you up and watch them through their abuse and their trauma, and they're taught those toxic traits from their mothers, and their mothers are sending men out of this world who don't know any better about part of being men and really have to treat a woman.
Right.
They've always seen negative images
Of how to treat a woman.
between man and woman. So now you're teaching your son this, or you're overcompensating for the lack of a man in the house and trying to do all kinds of things. You just it's real. A lot of these men that y'all out here dealing with, y'all are raising them.
Yeah. Man, I'm raising one. I can talk about my own. Mine just got out of jail here in March. He's got a girlfriend, and she is the most submissive, passive girl ever to him. She follows in whatever direction that he tells her to go. He's winging it. When I say he's winging it in every direction, it's always a stop. You know what I'm saying? In his defense, his father didn't raise him. All he had was his mom. And the only example that I could give him is running around with a headset on, barely doing the job, but I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't teach him anything. I can't teach him anything. I'm not supposed to.
There's a lot you can teach. You gotta give yourself more credit than that. I'm really appreciate it.
So to be honest with you, actually, black men aren't patient. They're patient So in this dating thing, I'm even feeling, after I've gone through like 11, I've dated 11, and all of them on that same shit. Let me try something else. But that's also another reason why they tend to go to the other side, because they've dated too many of the same women. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you
It's
can't
like,
attract the same type.
you keep running to the same thing. I feel like, okay, if I actually take out the race, would I find something different? Look, a lot of times you're not going mentally, you can jump out your race and you can still run into the same shit.
Man, I'm glad he said that, because next week when we talk about this border show, I know y'all look at me crazy when I say, yeah, I'm talking about border relationships. Relationship, and absorbing things from the past relationship, continuously taking it on, and all that junk building up, and you wonder why you continuously losing out on relationships. We have to go get counseling. We have to get those things out from our past. It's like water in a relationship. Water little things. You had a bad relationship. You went through 6 months with this dude. These little things from there, you didn't go get fixed. You jump right into another relationship with this other dude. You water. All you're doing is taking those things and building up. Inside there, no matter how you look, you're wondering why you're not married. It's because you've been hoarding all these past things you're bringing to the table for another person to deal with, and you're expecting to move on. So yeah, that show would be crazy to you. Like I did, when we brought it up, I was like, that's a little water. I never thought about it like that. But she felt like she deals with that. She said, she said first and once my time, I took a year this year. I was stepping away from dating period, and I found she said she found her. So that's why we did that. So we definitely talked the first part about why a man is dating outside the race. But let's ask the question: why do you think the black women are now dating so much outside of the race?
You ain't getting no
I'm sorry, I'll tell you this.
Man.
Let Rock start.
We said this earlier was as far as like trends, like what you see on TV and social media. Now, if you look on TV, social media, everywhere else, on TV shows, what do you always see? Every week, like, you see a black woman that had a hard time with black men, and then turn around and fire this white guy, and then she did have it after. And like, it's always like the savior people. It's gonna sound crazy to him, but pay attention to the movies and the TV shows. Yeah. It's like, what's the show with the president's wife, and he had the what's that? Yeah. Canada. Real popular show. It just keep going. They only show successful mixed relationships with the white man and the black woman. Right? You never see that on the other end. You never see a show on TV or a movie that depicts a black man meeting a black woman and they will blend their family and go on through life and have a successful relationship or a happy relationship. It's always the white man and the black woman.
Blackish.
But I actually haven't seen black.
Yeah.
Or you get a show like All American where there is a black man with a white woman, but he's going through all like cheating on her. You got all these people. Yeah, outside dating. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. You never did that. And even the thing about Canada, right? What they miss, they are the love story, right? But what they miss is how the black woman started. And this side is all the business, you know. So you just thought, I don't know, man.
And me personally, when I dated outside of marriage,
I wasn't really because of the experience or anything. It's just somebody I just actually like. We connected on a level that me and like me and were connecting with at that time, and it worked out for a while. It's a rushing thing, I wasn't ready. So, yeah.
What that? Did they outside the race?
Mm-hmm.
What you mean you was rushing? Like rushing towards marriage?
Yes, when I was not ready.
But you're married now, so you weren't ready for him, or you ready for that is what you want to say. You say he was Russian, he's ready for bad, but you just want to marry him, it look like.
I mean, we had just started with like this, no.
Oh, so you, that's the reason why.
Yeah.
I definitely heard that. What Swab, what do you think black women are going to have outside of it?
I think he doesn't want it. They always want to say, and then I'll tell you why when you can tell you why. That's the originality. That's how I would think. Hey, you know what's funny to me? When I see a black woman with a white man, I don't get mad or jealous. You know why? Because I feel sorry for that brother. Woo! Well, he don't know what he's talking about. I feel sorry for that brother, man. Black women don't cut you no slack. They cut so
why he fucking with her?
they go straight to the judge.
Oh, hold up.
You gotta hate your black mama.
Hold up, Mercedes about to read this comment. This is you comment. Let's see what somebody says.
I could be wrong, but I think it's a combination of reasons for both men and women. One, because we were told to date outside our race for so long. Now it's like the floodgates is open, like the world is more open to the idea. Two, a lot of us have lost our femininity because we had to play the man in a lot of roles, and some men just aren't having that. Two, anisogamy and hypergamy, just to name a few reasons. Okay, I like wordplay. I like that.
So what you think? What y'all think about who was it?
I remember you.
Oh, I know Alexandria. How you doing, sweetheart? She's an actress. And she was in Dallas. Hey, sweetheart. Thank you for chiming in. She actually was on the post earlier for our live before we came on, and they was commenting her and this other guy. So thank you for coming on and putting in voice your opinion.
I mean,
so she said the same thing, some of the same things that y'all said.
I don't think black women dating outside our race is a trend.
So she is. They just becoming more confident. You know how you see? Okay, think about it.
Can I finish? I don't think black women dating outside their race is a trend. Because when I first seen Troy, and if you've ever seen Troy, you know, like the first 5 minutes of that movie opening, you see Brad Pitt finance with a half naked in a bed with 2 bitches. And the 3 of them, actually, I don't know. But that's when I looked at white men completely different. And then he came out there and he just, I don't know. But I was like, damn, this nigga fine in the bitch. That's when I was curious a little bit. I was like, you know what, maybe white men ain't so bad. And then, you know, I got out here, but I was like, you know, I want to date the white man, not the white man who grew up in the hood white man. It's 2 different kind of white men. I want to date the white men with the good credit score, the good job, the good career, not the white men who grew up in the hood. They too black kind. They really white men. So, So as I started dating those kind of white men, like I tried it, I realized like I got stared at a lot because like here I am, this black woman that looks, you know, clearly black, real black, dating this white man that looks real white, and so everywhere we go, we're like a sideshow attraction. People staring at us, making us look uncomfortable. And I was like, I don't like this feeling. Like I don't want to have to feel like the rest of my life I gotta like. I can't be comfortable almost with the person that I'm dating. Right. So I don't know, it just made me feel real uncomfortable how everyone else made us feel so uncomfortable. I ain't like that. And I'm not even one to care about what people think, but it just made the whole experience so awkward. And I didn't care about what color he was until how I got treated while being out with him.
That thing right there is kind of an underlying, unspoken issue that all people have in all relationships. Take race out of it. Like a lot of times we have problems in relationships because how other people view it. No. And what they're saying on the back end. Yeah.
People not but when 2 black people or 2 white people go somewhere, if 2 white people go, if a white couple goes into a white bar, ain't nobody gonna treat them different.
Right, no.
If an interracial couple goes to a white bar, they're gonna get treated different.
But what I just
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I understand what you saying. I just said, well,
You're trying to generalize.
no, I'm not trying anything. I'm just explaining what I'm saying. Take race out of it and just specifically talk about relationships. A lot of people have relationship problems because they're concerned with how they're being looked at and viewed by outside people.
Give me an example.
No.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Okay, so.
Because I don't
Hold
give a
on,
fuck about what people think.
I'm not asking you what you think. Okay? Most people, right, there's people in this world, like you cannot see them act like it does not happen. Something goes on between me and my partner, and now we have an issue here, but her friend girls, her mother, or someone else is very vocal and opinionated or on the other side judging. And they're judging, and they're talking to her, and they're putting shit in her ear, manipulating everything, and now they become in the middle, they're in the way of y'all figuring y'all shit out, making y'all shit work. A lot of people out here have issues in their relationship because how someone on the outside views it. Why are you with him, girl? He working 9 to 5. He ain't even a 6-figure nigga. Why don't you get out here and get you a good? After a long time of hearing that and being told that, you'll have problems in your relationship. Or a dude fall in love with a woman who may have a past, but he loves this woman.
That's true on a relationship level.
And then his friend or sister getting on his ass
So she didn't flip the door.
because she may have a past, but you love her though.
Right.
But you can't be with her because you worry about what your mother is at. So what I said ain't so far. It's just hold on, Rock.
That's true what you're saying, but how does it have anything to do with the topic?
Love that what you love.
What does that have to do with the topic?
Well, she's never one home wife.
I was just saying because I did state before I started, off topic, take race out of it. People have that problem in relationships, period. So I said in the beginning.
Off topic.
It doesn't matter if it's off topic, it still is a valid, you gotta get on point.
She's here for it. She's on this. I totally agree. I mean, I think that's also the reason why black women hide the fact that they didn't like it. They're not as open as black men, they like it. Well, she needs. No, I don't know. I think that. So my question, okay, so Rock gave his answer to why black women, Swab gave his answer to why black women are dating outside their race. There are a lot of black women dating outside their race.
They want something different. They desire the same treatment.
What's the treatment that you're talking about?
Woo! It varies. It's not necessarily ghetto, but the ghetto.
They don't want to be advertised, they don't want that.
You know that's rude.
I'm not interrupting her, me and him having a side conversation.
That's rude.
Huh?
That's incredibly rude.
What do you mean you having side conversations all day? You just haven't want to talk about dog a minute ago, nobody spoke to you. You made it bigger when it had to be. You just let her keep talking.
Keep going.
I'm trying to figure out about this. My bad. What's up? Go ahead. I'm sorry for it. I was being rude.
Okay, so it's really situational. So like most black women like to date outside of their race for the experience, but not necessarily for a long-term relationship.
Okay, so you just doing it to see what the white boy likes, you get experience. Okay.
If everybody knows, nobody really wants to get
So you just trying to cover your resume up? I mean, I'm just trying to wonder. I mean, what's the experience you want? I mean, I know when you go to this job, you're trying to get this training for this, that, when you have it on the life and everything. Oh. So when you find out the job credit, they just come on back over to the employment line or whatever. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out because, I mean, my question, I mean, why would you want to see what's over there? We all, different
men. But you know what you get, again, if I'm allowed to say this, right, if I interrupt you, anybody, okay? Have you ever heard a woman say, I'm just not ready because I need to see what else is out there?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I live. Well, I'm gonna be honest. When a woman says that, no, what? Honestly, that woman don't want to marry you. Or you don't, because I'm gonna ask you a question. What else is there more to see? If you tell me that means you still searching property. When I was out there, I was searching out of the place. The only reason why I went ahead and that's what I'm saying. And that's why I gotta cut them off. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy.
They do it though. They be in a full-fledged relationship and a marriage, and they decide one day, I just don't feel like I really was living life. I don't feel like I was living life. You also have situations where like
what Alexander think? You don't have a where she think? Look up there on that last comment a little bit. One next to last comment. Right there, right. Touch that next.
Oh, motherfucker.
You can see
You
again.
finna be drunk.
Just drunk your motherfucking. If your dog can be drunk, let him finish. No, put that and let him finish. Let him drink it. He done put his mouth in it now. You can't drink it no more. So somebody needs to drink it. That's alcohol.
Okay.
That's the abuse of alcohol. We don't finish it.
She said, I think it's because in some instances we're tired of being rejected by black men.
Oh shit.
If I dated outside my race, that would be the reason why.
No, I think a lot of black women date outside their race now because it's a lot of black men out here that feel like some qualified black women just don't measure up.
Man.
Can I ask y'all a question? Because a lot of y'all say y'all inbox is blowing up. Your inbox is blowing up.
No. Listen, I'm gonna sum that up for you real quick. Why do we go to Walmart? It's cheaper, low prices. It doesn't mean that everyone that comes in there is there for you to.
I'm not saying what I'm saying about that is I don't think it's hard to think people will find out what the bullshit is. I don't think most black people do that. What they do is they get one person that they finally get to have sex with, and they tie that motherfucker down and think it's a relationship. And you ain't deciphered through the other 25 motherfuckers to the inbox, and then you blaming this motherfucker that you went for your problem. When you chose that motherfucker, you already knew how you moved. So in other words, if you know I moved this way and then you choose me and I moved this way and there's a problem, you should never have chosen me in the first place.
Right. Some women don't know how to date like them.
Like I was saying earlier about that one comment, when people be like, what I'm saying, where is the, what was it? Oh, when they have the dude, right?
Yeah.
They don't necessarily want the good dude, they want the edgy dude, the dude who, you know, what they call us, the street or the hood, whatever the case may be. They want you to be street good, this, that, and the third, and have this, that, and that. You know, that.
Man, come on, that's bullcrap. So I'm supposed to just take whatever, I'm supposed to just take whatever. I'm supposed to just
Let me
take.
understand here, right?
What'd you say?
I'm just supposed to
Did you
take.
get something?
So he a good man, but he's a slob, and he doesn't keep clean. He doesn't take care of himself. It's a whole bunch of bullcrap. I'm supposed to take that over somebody who has swag like rock? Just because this nigga got a good paying job? Come on, man, stop that.
I'm not telling you to take that over that, but what I'm telling you is you overlooking something that might be worthwhile though. I mean,
I'm overlooking something that ain't gonna make me happy in the long run. In the long
why
run.
do you think black women are dating outside their race?
Successful black women are dating outside the race because they're looking for successful men. And as I just stated before, there's not that many African American men that are successful. I didn't say there wasn't any. There's not that many. There's not enough of them that have drive to do something other than I'm just gonna go to this warehouse and make this check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ones that have that drive, they're taken. Unfortunately, it may be taken by a white woman. It's not that many to choose from.
Okay, we'll get it. Okay. We get there right now. Go as well. I don't know. I
I guess the big question is, before Suave get out of here, before he get out, I should ask the lady before she left. How can we respect and value each other more? How can we respect and value our black women? How can they look at us and respect and value us? What can we do to aid this road in between where we're at?
Y'all want me to be honest?
Yeah.
I think it's a quick solution. Black women need to learn how to choose their battles wisely.
Oh.
It's just that simple. Big Mama and them didn't fight every battle.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because she knew she needed home taken care of.
Soft.
Every battle ain't worth fighting. It ain't the end of the world. But y'all, for some reason, can't seem to hold the peace on anything. Not saying you don't say anything about anything, but you don't have to say something about everything. It should not be an issue or problem every week, even every day, down to every day, every couple of days. It shouldn't be that frequent. If you got a problem with the man that you're dealing with on a weekly basis, y'all shouldn't be dealing with each other. Y'all got too many differences. It's too much that y'all don't have in common. But if you do got a man worth having, if you harassing this man and handling him every week, you're probably gonna lose.
Nah, bad.
Jesse gonna lose. Jesse gonna lose. You try to be a decent nigga to a woman and she always gives you bullshit. Bullshit. Why is you saying that?
That's the thing, when, I think a lot of men and women don't take accountability when they're on the bullshit.
They don't realize when they doing it.
Right.
Don't realize when they doing it. You wanna talk about respect and disrespect, this, that, and the third, but how you gonna ask for respect while being disrespectful? You know what I'm saying? You gotta start listening to this shit.
Can you give an example of that? How you gonna ask for respect? Please give an example of that.
You sorry ass motherfucker, why the fuck you didn't? That's how we started out.
Oh, God damn it. Say it again.
You sorry motherfucker, how the fuck you gonna not do whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop?
That right there is the reason, that's part of the reason what the failures and what they said earlier about respecting the reason why black men are going white women. White women don't do that.
But this is the thing though, people need to realize that shit ain't goddamn healthy. They not trying to raise things on me to answer. If you go to another race with that same bullshit, you don't get the same bullshit. Exactly. A lot of times we say, oh, I'm tired of black men, I'm tired of black people, I'm gonna get another woman. We might need to start looking at ourselves a little bit more. You know, I know I say it all the time. Through every situation, every conversation, I go back and I look at this shit, I replay this shit. What did I say? How did I act? You know, is it something I could have did different?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I do all that shit, and then I come to the conclusion, I'm not in this shit, got me fucked up, then she gotta go. Yeah. Real life. Because it ain't gonna be too many of them. Yeah, especially when I like her, right? If I like her, I got a problem. If I got a toxic trait, it's giving the motherfucker a chance. Man. That's my problem they deserve. Way more than they deserve. You already disrespected 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And I know you have. And I'm trying to explain to you where you have, you know, where you went wrong, how you disrespected me, and you ain't got zero understanding. You think you're arguing exactly. You're arguing like I'm the motherfucker wrong. Like I'm wrong for how you just disrespect me. You know. That's the only toxic trait I had, giving motherfuckers too many goddamn chances. Too many chances in this experience.
Don't come here, stop saying the last thing you put it. Yeah, it was cool. It wasn't cool, I thought it was. It was your jacket, son.
I don't know, I think those men move a certain way. And after you give us a certain example, that's what we follow. In other words, if you come and you disrespect and everything, that's probably what you're gonna do that with them. You not agree, Ron? If you come and do that bitch ass nigga and all that other shit, you probably do that. Because that's not how that is. Man, you know what?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to get away from this shit. I'm trying to get away from going back and forth with the motherfucking woman. That ain't what I witnessed.
And that's a hard thing. I talked about this earlier. She had a long about it. She's been doing this for a long time. And I love her, but she's all about, you know, he keeps doing this, he keeps doing that. And I had to ask her the honest question. I said, is him doing or is he allowing him? That's what the word allow to be. You stay in a situation. I apologize, Alexandria. Somebody muted us. Alexandria, we just read your comment, and you told us why you think black men are dating black men are dating outside their race. I can totally agree with that. So she agreed with Suave. I did.
I mean, she ain't got because she's smart. Anybody agree with Suave? I'm listening to him for real.
Anybody agree with Suave is smart? You just know, man, we got plenty in there. Y'all not taking something. Yeah, there's a lot in there. Trust me.
Y'all come over.
Hey, y'all, we got enchiladas, and we can have some game night, man. We got live side, jingle, and everything over there. We got fun. Yeah, we got strip poker. Let me stop bullshit with y'all. We just outside. Yeah, I know all y'all about to run over here as soon as I say strip poker. Y'all want to see me naked. Y'all want to see me naked. I already know. Alexandra, how can we shorten that barrier? How can we change the concept? That's the biggest thing. No, because we push mute. They push mute on the mic. How can we change that though? How can we get to a place to where I can respect my black woman and my black woman can respect me on an everyday basis? I mean, how do we get to there? Change language.
You shouldn't be talking to them like they're kids. You shouldn't be talking to them disrespectfully. You shouldn't talk to them in a way that demeans anything that they're trying to do. You should always encourage them and uplift them.
And regardless of what they say,
She said shit, self-love.
I was just gonna say,
regardless of what they say to you, whether you the man or the woman, respect what that person's telling you. Y'all having a conversation. Whether you feel like that's not you, or they wrong or misinterpreted, whatever the case, or they you feel like it's hurtful what they saying, you gotta listen to what they actually telling you in respect. Right? They feel how they feel for a reason. They're saying what they're saying for a reason. It may not be you. It may be some old trauma, but shit, get out your feelings, listen to it, and look for some understanding. You might figure out what the problem actually is. You know, instead of always taking shit personal or giving your feelings and shutting down. Now you don't want to hear that. He started talking 2 minutes. You know, he started talking. You can shut off after the 5th word. He been talking for a minute, and you just been waiting that whole minute to respond to that 5th word. And you missed the whole goddamn everything.
at least you let them talk. And
Michael ain't gonna let you talk. Most of them ain't gonna get to
Most of them ain't
this.
gonna let you talk.
I was gonna say what Alexander just said, start to choose. Change your eating habits, work out, read, take in positive messages, your attributes on a daily basis. Surround yourself with successful people. If you are the only one working in your circle, you need to change that. They don't need to be your circle because they're pouring negative into you. When you work out, just power walking 30 minutes every day takes a load off. Stop all the sugar. The sugar adds stress. Take some green in so you can shit on a daily basis. That kind of stuff helps with stress. It helps with turmoil. It helps with arguing with someone. It helps with understanding. It's self-love.
Slide.
That's self-love. It has to do with self-love. You don't love you. How can you love somebody else? It's not possible.
Alex says exactly self-love, agreeing to disagree. We are all good enough, period. Amen. I can't love someone if I don't love myself. And also, a lot of things we do to our partner is only us reflecting our internal pain.
Yeah, you beat your partner up because of your shit. You know, and then you don't even allow them to point that out to you or express that to you and try to help you through your shit. You know, you want to pull back and then say some goofy shit like, well, I know I'm dealing with this, I don't want to make it his problem, make it her problem.
Yeah.
But you are.
Yeah.
But you
I agree.
are.
I totally agree.
But you are. If you going through shit and you fucked up emotionally, there's somebody there care for you, trying to be there for you, and you not being open with them, expressing with them, you making your shit their problem. But at the same time, when they come to you and they speak to you and they tell you what's going on, respect what they had going on and don't make their issues another problem.
See, and that's what we talked about the other day. That's why we was talking about emotional checking in with your man mentally. And you and Mercedes dad all agree that as a man, it's hard for us to check in with y'all mental. Because the reality of it is we're afraid to open up and give you that mental because you can't even accept what we're giving you right now. So when we give you the mental, you take it and you run with it. You don't wait. Y'all don't wait. Y'all don't listen to listen. Y'all listen to respond. Y'all listen to point out what the key words that we say. And as soon as we say key words, you jump back. Women normally jump back and say something back at us. We have to stop that back and forth. Like Brock said, pay attention to what I'm saying. Even if you don't agree with it, try to look at it from my perspective.
So that means you have to allow them to say it.
Yeah, that's
you can't
true.
cut them off.
That's true. I do it all the time too. I do it. I cut people off all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They have to be able. Well, I wasn't speaking about you. I was just saying in general. Like Rock just said, he was actually being respectful and nice. A lot of times you don't even get that far.
Yeah.
You don't even let him finish saying what he maybe have been talking about the tree being cut down. You still on the flat tire. We are on a different page. How you know what he was getting ready to say? If you haven't allowed them to finish it. Let them finish it, and like you said, listen. Then you have time to think about it. That's another thing that we don't do. When we communicate, we immediately have a response, like Thomas just said. I haven't had a chance to think about what you just said.
Let me absorb it. Think about it for a
Yeah.
second. See if I can grasp what you're saying
Right.
first. Before I just respond and say I don't understand. I got something to say. I can argue with it.
Or certain, stop. If y'all out here dating man or woman and they going through a situation outside, if they going through a situation outside of you, understand that it doesn't help. It doesn't help for them to be dealing with their situation, and when they try to talk to you about it, you turn around and try to find a reason to be mad about some shit that's already bothering you. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna stop that man or you're gonna stop that woman from coming to you and feeling like they can trust you. And sometimes trusting people is not about keeping your motherfucking secrets. It's about, can I trust you with my peace? Can I trust you with my level of comfort, right? Like I come to you and I'm expressing this shit to you. So what you're gonna do is turn it into a whole other argument.
For you to be a victim.
Right. I got this shit going on over here. I come talk to you about it. And instead of, making me feel better about that situation, you come back door with some other shit. And it's like, wait a goddamn minute.
But that's another reason.
So
That's
I'm not
another
gonna come
thing.
to
The
you no
reason
more.
why we date outside our race, and I think we do that intentionally. Like a white man intentionally doesn't do the same thing he would do with a white woman because he sees, okay, this is a different breed. She's someone, she's a different ethnicity. She wasn't raised, I was raised, so I'm gonna treat her differently because she may not be able to handle it like the white woman can handle. Same with a black man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you a question, because that's a big question. Y'all handle black, well, I'm not gonna say y'all because I'm not definitely talking about y'all. I'm talking about as black women, you handle white men totally different than you handle us. Y'all handle them with care. Why?
Actually, mine.
You just dog them all out.
No. Across the board. Like, I'm not gonna cut you up. I'm not gonna start arguments with you. Like,
yeah, but I've seen black women who handle their black men and handle them with aggression, but then they get a white dude that's like, oh baby, this is sweet. I mean, you treat him like he's sweeter than honey.
because they know white men are supposed to.
You don't know how he treats her. That's true. I'm gonna treat that man the way he treats me. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna boast about Thomas for a second here. Crystal is sweet as tiny. But you know why? Because you walk in here, you take care of her when you cook, you make her plate, you sit in front of her. When you need something, she's more than willing to care for you because of the way you treat her. You think she did that to that other nigga? How you treat her? Absolutely not. It depends on how I'm treated. Anyway in the world, you're good to me. And I'm going to treat you like an ass. I know you're finna go.
Nah, but you know what? That's funny shit.
But we're just talking about a lot of black women do have a good man standing in front of them and treat them the right way, and then you dry down them and treat like shit because you feel like the way we treat you. Okay, you take my kindness for weakness. Let me say it like that. You take my sweetness.
Every single last one of you.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I dated in the last year before I settled down, I stood before 25, 30 other women. I have to go back to those. I have to definitely go back to those stands. I can't even use that stance.
If you dated him, please don't stop.
If you dated me, you know I'm able to do this. That's the best part about it.
Please don't stop watching
you.
you.
Thomas is not a factor.
Hey man, I am definitely in the house now though. I'm not outside no more. I got somebody. My baby right over there. I'm gonna marry that woman. Remember that. Y'all heard that here first too. It's gonna be an ASC wedding.
No, I heard it.
Well, actually, Beverly heard it first, but Beverly had death
because she's going through menopause, and she's going through a phase where she just lost 2 of her cats. So I just want everybody out there to know she's in mourning right now. She moved in with me, and me and Crystal have confiscated Clark and Jordan. So any of y'all out there that's ever been by Beverly's house, y'all know who Clark and Jordan is. If you ever want to come visit them, they stay at 1304 Artemis Street.
I'm giving out your address to everybody.
Well, I ain't worried about nobody. Anybody that come by here that ain't wanted, baby, we got something for their ass too. Shit. Anybody come by that ain't wanted, we're gonna get their ass too.
I'm gonna get out of here. I ain't gonna be out.
So Sarah, you dated out your race. Let me ask you a question. You dated out your race young. Would you do it again?
I wasn't married.
Beverly, have you dated out your race?
I have.
Would you do it again?
I prefer to.
Why is that?
Because I've ran into the last 15 and they all be the same. They're all the same.
Rock, I know you love your black sisters, but would you ever consider dating out your race?
Yeah. I don't think white women. That's against y'all. I drop some dick. I wasn't ready.
That was a good one. I said, hell yeah, you can say it. Did y'all hear what he just said? He dropped you off some dick.
I'll drop you white women off some dick, right? But I just don't feel like we ever really made. You know what I'm saying? What can you teach my black daughter about being a black woman in this world? What can you teach my black son about being a black man in this world? You truly understand what that means and what we go through. Are you open to understanding that? Are you okay with that? Because it ain't easy being with no black man. So now to me, I just don't feel like I could be with one, and I could be wrong. I'm not against it. Don't get me wrong. I said what I said. This shit sounded fucked up. I'm not against it.
If the right person stand before him, ain't no telling what he about.
If the right white woman stood before me, and I just so happen to fall in love with it, and that's what it is. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna stick beside.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not Rock. I don't give a fuck if you got a little bit of my heart. I'm gonna tell that heart out of me and keep right on going. I just can't fuck with you, white women. My mama was white, and she told me not to fuck with y'all. And if a white woman tell me that, I'm gonna listen to a white woman that told me that. Because she talking about y'all. She talking about just the same race. That's her race. She got rights in it. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. I will definitely lay some dick. Not no more because I'm taking. But when I was single, I would give you some dick. Give you a white woman. But I can't do a relationship. It's nothing against. It's not white or black, and I know a lot of people say it's about white, but I guess it to a certain standard it is. There's no way we can look over society and say that we've been oppressed by them and go through society today and we still be oppressed. And for me to sit up here and say that I'm going to date outside my race and give a white woman opportunity to be able to be my baby, I can't see it. I've been through a lot. And I know it's the past, but the past resembles the future. It always comes back around. So what I'm trying to say is I can't deal with it. I love my black sisters. I think my black sisters are the most gorgeous creatures on the planet from all different shapes, colors, and sizes. They're beautiful. The only problem I have with it is that as a culture, I think that we need to start being able to handle each other different and handle each other with care. That we have to be able to change the language among blacks and whites. Among black sisters and brothers. Because the reality of it is all I always hear now is black women dogging out black men and black men dogging out black women. I don't care how much y'all say it. We beat each other up on the regular. But we are the two most oppressed creatures on this planet as far as humans. Black women and black men. I believe there's no reason why. The reason why I cherish and I respect my black women, that's Beverly and all my friends and all my black women that I know, is because the reality is I know that the struggle that I've dealt with, they get up every day and they deal with it. Period. I respect them for the challenge that they get up every day and go out there and do the same thing that I do. They put their pants on like I do, and they have to live in this world. And no matter how much I like it, we have to go outside of our house every day and we have to worry if we're gonna make it home. In today's society, we had to worry about it in the 90s. It was just the games we had to worry about. Now we got to worry about the people that wear the uniform. So why can't I respect Beverly and respect Sierra and give them the respect they deserve? Why can't they get that back to me without no flag being said? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we take our feelings out of a situation and just be able to respect each other for who we are? You know what I'm saying? Because he comes in the store with his pants sagging, does he deserve less respect than Barack who comes in with his pants up? No, they all deserve respect. Give them that respect to start out, and if they show you different, then that's where you go from there. But I just don't see how we can continue to sit up here and say that there's something going on in our society and we not trying to fix it, and we don't. And I'll be honest with you, just so that way we can be clear. I do hear black men dog black women, but it's way less than the black women dog black women. I talk to a lot of women, and a lot of women I deal with, they dog black men. Let me tell you the worst argument, because like I said, even my sister dogged the black man today.
Y'all raising them though, keep that in mind.
But the other thing is, you choose to stay with that man that you see that isn't for you, and then you blame him for everything that's brought to the table. Listen, I know that you. My sister told me earlier this was the first thing she told me when I told her about her situation. I said, "Why are you with him?" She said, "What about love?"
You love him.
But let me tell you something. I want you to remember something, because with my sister, I could definitely pinpoint, look at her and say, well, you know, you love me, Sierra, and Breon. We're your brothers and sisters. And we can't do X, Y, and Z to you. But he can do X, Y, and Z, and you say it's out of love. How does that work? How does that work? How does that work? How does you lower your standard when you fall in love with a mate versus lowering your standard with anybody across the board? If my mama have to hold a standard, how can I hold her to a standard and not hold my mate to that same standard? I just want to know, because that's what we deal with, and then we beat up the person. Oh, Sarah, you so goddamn bad because you keep doing me bad. You got to fuck around with this person. Well, I knew Sarah cheated on me 6 months ago. I chose to stay with Sierra and continue to let Sierra be in a relationship with me. So with that being said, after the second time of cheating, I think Beverly tired of hearing me whine about it, because I got a choice to make that I can make that can cause us both not have to listen to the drama that I got to deal with.
Let me tell you something, man. All that cheating shit is overrated. Yeah, I get it. It hurt your goddamn feelings to know your partner is dealing with somebody else. But 9 times out of 10, it wasn't shit. Okay? It wasn't shit. And what the fuck you gonna do? Right? If the man ain't physically, or the woman ain't physically beating you, harming you, bringing you this, bringing you that, causing you drama, got women showing up at your door, got men showing up at your door. If she coming home at night, if he coming home at night, paying bills, taking care of you still, doing for the kids, this, that, and third, what the fuck you gonna do? You gonna leave him, right? A stable situation, and then go be single, miserable, and ruin every other motherfucker you come in contact with for the next 30, 40 years of your goddamn life. That's all you motherfuckers is doing, because you don't want to heal. You don't want to do better for yourself. You want to be mad because Johnny cheated on you, and now Mike, Bobby, Ricky, what's the other niggas?
Johnny, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Yeah, them niggas. It's all their fault. No, it's not all their fault. It was the first nigga's fault. But you can blame subconsciously, right? You don't even know you're doing it. But it's every nigga fault after that.
Remember what I just said earlier? That show next week about Gordon? Exactly that. Devin done cheated on me. So I'm taking that to the next relationship.
Yeah, look, I didn't even do that. I started cleaning slate. Every relationship with me is a new relationship. I'm starting over. What I thought I knew about women, I don't know shit, because this is this.
You have to learn each woman and each man that you date. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of similarities between everybody. Everybody has similarities. They don't make, every person is unique. God, I mean, they say God made each one of us unique and different. There's no way he made each one of us unique and different of being totally alike. So if you're dealing with me, I might like mayonnaise on my burger, but Rob might not like mayonnaise at all.
Not at all. But listen, another thing too is everybody come with baggage. Everybody's been through some shit. So when you start a new relationship, quit making a person's baggage y'all's problem.
Ooh. See what I'm saying? That hoarder. And that's what we do.
Don't make it y'all's problem. Understand what that person's going through. And if you really want to learn something about that person, why don't you pay attention to how they're handling their baggage? Look how serious and how deep that shit really is. And what their person may be feeling or going through when they not with you, when they on their own, when they by themselves, right? And if the people come to you with their baggage, and they come to you and express it to you, then allow them to do that without taking that shit on and making it a fucking issue.
Right? Making it an issue. Taking it on, making it an issue. Like I told her, I don't know, I rock shit. I mean, we talk about mates us stepping out, us changing it over to relationships because of how aggressive we are. Y'all talk about how the women change because of men and how we treat y'all. How our race as a whole treat the black woman. It comes down to respect. It all goes back to respect. Everything that we're dealing with right now goes back to respect. If you handle a man with respect and care, I promise you most of the time you will get respect and care with the back. I don't know too many real men that move other way. Doug, one man, Rock, so we met him, one man, Swab. A real man moves a certain way. I mean, so my question is, just because you dated a hood nigga, he told you different than you come deal with Rock. Don't come to Rock with that hood nigga mentality. Because Rock, even though he grew up that way, he's changed. The growth in his life has led him to a different place. So with that being said, you can't handle me like you have that nigga that's out there chopping on the block every day. You have to handle me a totally different way. And then you have to understand that I'm going to deliver with respect every time I come. Just because he doesn't call you bitches and hoes don't mean I'm going to call you a bitch. But most women think as soon as they get to arguing with a guy, the way the last one treated this next one will do the same thing. You're expecting. They wait on it. I've heard women say, I'm just waiting to see what this nigga got to say. I swear to God, he handled me this way, I'm going to go, man, you never even have a disagreement with this man. How you know how this man going to feel? That's another real thing about seeing people in 4 seasons. If you see them in 4 seasons, you'd have had a disagreement with them and you'd know how to handle them in person. And she'd have known how to handle you in a bad situation. You have to see it. I don't care about race. Let's take race out of the situation because the reality of it is if a white man or a white woman happen to date a black man or a black woman, it doesn't matter to me. My problem is what's going on within our race. So that way we be clear on it. Anybody that's out there that's watching, we have nothing against black and white men or white women. We don't have nothing against those people. We have a problem with what's going on in our black race where we can't communicate between each other without being able to give each other the respect that we deserve. And why we got to go out of our race to feel like we got to get that respect. That's what this whole topic came down to. And she said it would end up like this. The person sent this in and said it's going to end up to a respect factor. Everybody I've talked to has come down to respect. Period. How can we get to a level playing field to where I know Sierra's going to be respected on a majority time basis when it comes to black men? How can we get to a level where I know, and me and Rock know that 80% of you black women are going to handle us properly? That's where we're at. Right now, we get the 20%. We have the 20%. We happen to be friends with some great women that know that's the 20%. But the 80% is rare. It is out there. It's a common. It's every day. You know what I'm saying? I go to Phoenix and I hear, it ain't just Phoenix. I want y'all to understand. I go to Arlington and I see the same thing. I see a woman handling a man aggressively. I see a man calling out her name, disrespecting in return. It's a common factor that's going on in our black community that has the white people has the white culture being able to put us as violent creatures as they always have. That's the reason why we get shot by police. They tell them, oh, black people are violent, they're aggressive. So when a black woman acts aggressive with a black man or a black man acts aggressive with a black woman, we're portraying the image that everybody wants us to be. How can we get to a level where we won't portray that image? And the worst part about it is we portray that image with each other. I mean, I can understand when you get mad at another race or you get mad at somebody else or something, but when you get mad at your own brother for the same thing, it's crazy. Like, we deserve that respect. So my final thoughts today is, I don't really care what race you're dealing with. I don't really care if you're dating white, you're dating black, or whatever it is. Hats off to you. I respect it. As long as you found happiness and that person respects you, I'm cool. But pass the nugget on to your sister and pass the nugget on to your brother after the day. Hey man, can we walk around and try to move a little bit? Can you walk around today without trying to keep a bitch word in your mouth? Can you walk around today without calling another man a sorry ass nigga? It takes one person at a time to motivate and change. Can you women have a discussion between women and sit up here and have a true discussion between black women and sit up here and agree on the aspect that there's a little bit of aggression that's going on between y'all? Can me and Rock sit down as a black man and have a discussion that, yeah, maybe sometimes we get a little bit foul with our mouth when we handle something like that. Can we have those type of discussions without us taking it off course and without us not coming to a common ground where we can respect one another? We have to start having those open discussions between each other. Women have to have those discussions. You have to hold each other accountable. That's the only way it's gonna change. I see Rock acting a fool with a woman. I gotta be able to, hey man, Rock, holla at you. I gotta be able to have that conversation with him. If I don't start having that conversation, then it ain't gonna ever change it.
Y'all need to help, and y'all women need to start holding each other accountable.
Yeah. When Beverly see Sierra degrade her husband, talk crazy. He's your husband.
And you know what? I feel like we need to start there too.
What?
We need to start promoting sticking together.
That's what I said. Yeah. As Beverly, check her about that. Hey man, don't handle your husband like that. Yeah. Treat him better, man. We should be encouraging each other with our relationship. We shouldn't be discouraging them to act a fool and act a donkey with each other. I shouldn't be. Well, Sarah, y'all see what you're saying? He is a sorry ass nigga. That nigga ain't about shit. That's what our friends do. Our friends ain't shit because misery love company. Misery love company. Change your circle.
A lot of friends don't truly know how to be happy for their friends.
No, and that's the honest truth. I can say, I'll be honest with y'all, so that way we can differ when we're on that topic. Beverly deals with that topic sometimes, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat because that's my friend. She deals with it because she sees her friends getting in a relationship and it hurts. But I will say she is one person I respect so much because she deals with it. She handles it. And she handles it amongst Beverly. She doesn't allow it to affect mine and Crystal relationship that we have with her. She doesn't allow it to affect Christy and Sly relationship that they have with her. She handles it amongst herself. But us as her friends, we worry about it because we want her to be just as happy as we want her to be, as we are. But the best part about it is having a friend that understands that, hey, I want my friends to be happy. And their happiness matters to me. So even though I haven't found my person, I know how to encourage them and cheer them on. And that's what Beverly does for me and my friends. So like I said, change your inner circle. If your friends ain't happy about you being with your man, and your man's a good nigga, you might need to get some new friends. You might need to get some new friends. You know what I'm saying? Understand what you got around you. If they're happy about you with a good nigga, if you got a sorry nigga, I understand. I can't sit up and say it again. Even though you got a sorry nigga, then everybody's business to discuss. That's your business. That's your man. It ain't for Sarah to come over and let Beverly dog her man. Beverly should not have a right to ever speak ill, foul, or anything about her man. Chris was my woman. Ain't now nigga out there that say nothing bad about it. Ex or whoever the fuck you is out there. Say something and watch me come. Don't come for your motherfucking head. Because I respect it. The level that I give her, you're gonna have to follow, period. That's how a man move around or move the fuck around. And either way, it doesn't bother me. So that's my thing about the final thought. I'm gonna turn it over to the ladies for a second before we get to Rock. Let Rock close out.
Every point.
So I just hope as a culture we can change. We have to definitely. Y'all say that we don't ever do stuff positive, but just so that way y'all understand, our circumstances have never been positive. But over the last 4 or 5 shows, we tried our best to show y'all we can do it. We can deliver things positive. But I think y'all take the things that we say out of context, and we're not saying anything different over the last 5 episodes that we said in the past. It's just the wording that we use. So let me definitely clarify that to anybody out there. But I do respect all of our values. I do respect all of our viewers. T. Robinson and everybody out there that encourages us to continue to get better. We thank y'all. We don't take any. We trust me. We don't. There's nothing negative. There's no real love. We respect everything that y'all encourage about our show. The only thing we tell y'all is don't think that we're negative because all of us want to be in a great relationship. Yeah, every one of us want to be in a great relationship.
Want to be, we long to be.
But understand, just because we're not in one does not mean that we giving up on it. The problem is we still deciphering through this bullshit, some of us. And that's the problem. is deciphering through bullshit. And as we decipher it through, we have to tell you about the bullshit that Beverly deals with, or Ava deals with, or whoever Schwab deals with. And when we tell you, you think it's negative, but it ain't meant to be negative. It's meant to tell you, hey, this is some areas that we can grow.
Relatable.
Definitely relatable.
Rob, what you got? I mean, Rob, what you got to say on Final Thoughts for these people, man?
They do what makes y'all happy. Regardless of what race they are. They'll understand if you find happiness in a white man or a white woman, that ain't got nothing to do with black men and black women. Enjoy your relationship without putting down another person. Y'all sound ignorant as fuck to me when you put down your own race just because you found happiness in this one particular white man or white woman or whatever race they may be, right? Because that's just him. Not all people in other races got it figured out.
That's true. That is the most truest statement you ever heard.
The niggas in the black race,
Niggas in the white race.
and the niggas in the white race.
Great.
Okay. So
Okay.
let's just stop the bullshit, man. Like, stop the bullshit. Be happy. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't necessarily at this point feel like I will date outside my race. I will definitely drop some dick.
Drop some dick off.
Right? So, if y'all know, hold on. Never mind that that's coming. Because I'm going to get myself in some shit.
You gotta get yourself in
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
I was just bullshit. And you know this.
Man. Hey y'all, we out, man. We've been hanging with y'all for the last hour and 30 minutes, man. We had a lot of fun, but I think it's time for us to take our ass and go enjoy the rest of our evening. Let's see.
You ain't shit, your dog ain't shit, you got a cute nephew, but his uncle a bitch. Whoop, whoop, somebody call the whole police. And your granny ain't shit, makes you rest in peace. Cause you done pissed off a petty bitch. Well, I hope you fucking ready, bitch. Get ready, bitch, I'ma hack your computer, I'ma egg your house. I don't do cardio, but I'ma run my mouth. I'ma hide in your bushes so you scared to come out. Let everybody know that you use me for clout. Cause there's a whole lot of miles on that Honda. You done rolled every anaconda in Wakanda. You ain't shit. And your mama ain't shit, your dog